Borussia Dortmund lost 2-0 to Augsburg, a team they should have really been beating, Shaka.
Yeah, they should have, without question. Given the start to this Bundesliga campaign that we've seen from Bayern Munich, Dortmund know that they can't afford to drop points cheaply. And against Augsburg, you're losing. That's cheap. And I'm not sure how now Dortmund pick themselves up, dust themselves off, and make a fist of this, because this was disappointing on a number of levels.
Yeah, our colleague Jan Fjortoft actually said he hates to use the cliched term, but it actually was men against boys. Now, there's no denying Borussia Dortmund's young talent, but you actually can't make up for experience on a pitch. And he said there was a sense today that their plan was to bully them somewhat. And you could see in certain moments they did manage to get into their heads. So do you think that played a factor in their loss today?
Without question, especially when you contrast Dortmund's game today and how they went about things with how things played out against Mönchengladbach, where I thought that Dortmund started slowly in the first half, but just that high-tempo game wore Mönchengladbach down. This time around, Augsburg knew what to expect, knew that despite Dortmund maybe not finding their fullest form, certainly not from the opening whistle, that you couldn't allow them to find that rhythm during the course of the day, that they would just wear you down. And Augsburg did what they had to do. They knew that if they were physical, they would break play up, they would kill Dortmund's momentum, and it worked. Oftentimes, when you're the lesser of two teams, let's not kid ourselves about anything here, Augsburg are the lesser of these two teams. You have to do, if you at your best isn't good enough, you have to bring the opposition down a peg or two. And that's what Augsburg did. They set out a game plan that didn't allow Dortmund to find any kind of rhythm, to run at them as they had been doing. And we've known from Dortmund for the last couple of seasons. And they got their just rewards, took their goals very well, and then did what they had to do on the other side of the ball, not to allow Dortmund back into the game.
The talent there is undeniable, though. Is Lucien Favre the right man for the job, or do they actually need a bigger presence on the bench for them? There's some big-name managers available right now, Allegri, Pochettino, because surely part of the manager's job is, yeah, you might lose twice a season to Bayern, and that's acceptable, but losing to mid-table teams and teams you should be to what could cost you, and it should come down, responsibility to the manager.
Yeah, well, the challenge for Favre here is obviously expectation around this Borussia Dortmund team. I don't think any manager takes Dortmund right now and makes them better than Bayern Munich right now. So then what is the bar that you're now trying to eclipse? Is it in the Champions League, or is it just in making a better fight of the Bundesliga title race? Now, obviously, that's a question for the Dortmund board to answer. You also have to consider how Dortmund continue to promote youth and how they recruit. And those are things that are more about Dortmund's DNA, who they want to be, than maybe an expectation of getting the better of Bayern Munich. So right now, listen, we're a couple of games into the season. I don't think Favre is or should feel like he's under any kind of pressure, but ultimately you want to take a long look at the season, see where the progress has been made, and then the decisions will be made as to who sits in that hot seat. Right now, as I say, Favre, I believe, should still have everybody's fullest confidence.
And in that sense, co-coms for this game was our colleague Steve Cherundolo. He, on a positive note, actually said it's best to have a result like this early on, because then you can see where the problems are and you have a lot more time to fix them. Did he have a point?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, everybody is coming off of this short preseason, this uncertain and weird start to the season. So you understand the hiccups and you can excuse them. But you can excuse them for a few more weeks until you expect those teams to find their fullest rhythm, and that's when judgments are going to be passed. And yes, I think, again, comparing and contrasting Dortmund's two games, how you're able to wear Mönchengladbach down, and then against Augsburg, how the physicality didn't allow you to find any kind of rhythm. That's something that you have to work on, and something that you now know you have to be better aware of and have a game plan for, because more teams than not will try to do exactly the same.
It wasn't Dortmund's day today, but what we do know is when they are on their game, they're brilliant to watch, and we hope to see more of it going forward this season.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.